people, it's not that the young generation doesn't want to work. It's not that they're lazy. The young generation simply doesn't desire to live like you've been living. They don't want anyone telling them when to clock in, telling them when they can go to lunch, telling them when they go home, telling them how long they can be on vacation, telling them how much money they're gonna make, all in exchange for one day, boss man walking in and saying this relationship is over. They're tired of that. And can you blame them? Can you blame them? And I'm 39 years old, so I'm right between the age groups of both the young generation and the older generation. I'm in the middle, so I understand both sides of it, okay? But I think the older people has it wrong. And this is coming from somebody that's like, man, nobody wants to work for you for nickels. Spend all of their time paying bills, being on a treadmill day in and day out, and then all of a sudden, you're dead. They're tired of doing that. And you can say that they're lazy. You can say that this generation is selfish. You can say anything you want to say. But most of you guys wish when you were their age, you wished that you lived in a world with this many opportunities. Now, you can say that I'm dreaming, you can say that I'm losing my mind, but I know, because listen, at the age of 27, I realized I didn't want to work for nobody either. It pained me to clock in and clock out, day in and day out. It pained me to know that I was building somebody else's empire when I could have been building my own. That was very hard for me. And the young generation, they're thinking, they want to use their brains to make money. They want to be creative. They want to be free. They don't even really care about owning anything, because in America, you really don't own anything anyway. You buy houses that you really don't own. Most of you never pay off the final note to your bank, which means that the bank actually owns the home. The bank owns your car because you're still making payments on that. Even if you buy land, which I love land, I buy land all the time, but let's face it, if I don't pay my property tax, the land goes back in the pile. So I never really own it. So in this world that we live in right now, I understand why so many of the young generation are deciding that they want to opt out of the matrix. They want to be free. They saw what you did with COVID-19, where you tried to force everybody to get jabs. They saw what you did when times got tough for the building, for your business, when you just walked into work one day and said, hey, this relationship is over, we got to let you guys go. They keep seeing you do that over and over again. If you don't want them to clock out and never clock in again, you got to stop firing them when times get hard. I'm sorry. Or you have to be honest with people and say to them, hey, we're just using you to build our company. We don't know how long you're going to be here, but we're going to pretend like we're family until that dreadful day comes that we have to fire you. These young people are smarter. They have access to more information than you guys did when you were their age. Most of the older people out there, the only information they got were information that was coming from their school, information that was coming from their neighborhood or their church. These younger people have access to more information. They're not as easy to fool into working hard for a company that is going to fire them one day. It's not easy to do. It's not easy to trick them into doing that. They're hip to it. Can you blame them? I don't blame them. I understand where these people are coming from because I started off like that as well. And I'm still like that. I still don't want to work for nobody. Not only do these people don't want to work for anybody, hell, they don't even want to talk to you. They don't even want to talk to anybody. And can you blame them for that? I don't blame them for that either. Young people, I think young people are misunderstood. And it's always the older generation that has a problem with the way things are currently going. But the older generation forgets that they also were the young generation at one point, that their older generation was demonized. But they have amnesia, they forget, and they just demonize everybody that's younger than them that wants to live differently than they've lived. That's what's wrong with our country. We got too many, and I love older people, don't get me wrong. Most of my friends are older people. But if you're going to influence a younger generation, you have to understand where the younger generation is coming from. Telling them that they're lazy is not going to get them to go to work. I'm sorry. You might as well hang that up. They'd rather live in a tent on the side of the road than to work for you. You're going to have to find another way to get people to the workplace. It's Robbie Cornelius encouraging you to master your mind and make money.
Yeah. I'd like to welcome everybody to my podcast. I am your gracious host. Thank you. Jupiter 9. And I wanted to give another shout out to the brother who put out some really good content, man. You know what I mean? Robbie Cornelius. Man, I want to give him a shout out for that. You know what I'm saying? Very intelligent brother. You know what I mean? We're almost the same age, man. He's 39 years old. I'm 45 going on 46. I'm a little bit older than him. But, you know, I just want to elaborate on what he's saying, man. And to a lot of what he said in that clip, I agree with. You know what I mean? I agree with. There are some young people out there doing their thing, man, getting to the bag. But I really think that it's not enough. You know what I'm saying? It's not enough of them, man. And I mean, and, you know, the way I see it, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the young generation, to me, and this is just my opinion, man. You know what I'm saying? They are lazy, man. Know what I mean? Because this generation today like I said, they're spoiled. You know what I'm saying? And they are spoiled by their parents. They are spoiled by the internet. You know what I mean? A lot of them do not utilize the internet what they should be utilizing the internet for, and that's to get to the bag, straight up and down. That's to get to the bag. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I agree with the brother that, you know, this generation don't want to work for anybody. They don't want to make the same mistakes that my generation did. You know what I mean? But there's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't have all these opportunities that you have now, and I see a lot of young people still working. You know what I mean? And a lot of this generation, you know, you still need, at the end of the day, you still need capital in order to start any business. You know what I'm saying? But they're not willing to go to a 9-to-5 temporarily to get things going. You dig what I'm saying? Like he said, like, a lot of them just don't want to do nothing at all. And I don't like that about this generation. You know what I'm saying? I get where they're coming from, not wanting to work a 9-to-5. I'm in the same boat. You know, my last situation and job, you know what I mean? You know, I just said to myself, I had enough. You know what I'm saying? I gotta figure it out. I gotta figure out something outside of this 9-to-5. You know what I mean? And I was just sitting there at my job, you know, on break, saying to myself, like, there's got to be a better way. I know I can figure out something that I can do that can support me financially. And I had enough myself, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's not the fact that I'm lazy or anything. Never been lazy, you know. I come from a situation to where at one point early on in my life, man, I was working 2 jobs, 3 jobs, you know what I'm saying? Just like everybody else, man. That's the only thing you really knew what in my generation is just to get a job, save your money, get your credit up. You know what I mean? The typical stuff that you hear on a daily basis. But all these opportunities today, I mean, I said this a lot in my podcast, man. If I see a young person working a 9 to 5, it shouldn't be. Not unless it's temporarily. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it if it's temporary. If it's temporary, then I get it. You know what I'm saying? But if you just looking and seeking for a job just to work a job, and you're not trying to work anything else outside of that job, and your whole livelihood is depending on that job, then something's wrong with you, man. You know what I'm saying? And with this generation, they don't do what they don't do what they need to do in order to get where they're trying to get to. You dig what I'm saying? Like me, I would do whatever I need to do, long as it's legally, to get my goals accomplished. If I got to go back to a 9 to 5 for a hot minute and stack up some bread to put and maneuver it around and to use it for promotion and all that, advertisement, then that's what I got to do. And that's the difference between this generation and my generation. For the most part, they're not willing to make sacrifices, you know what I'm saying, to make their dreams come true. A lot of them, you know what I mean? A lot of them want to get straight to the bag instantly, and it don't happen like that. It takes time to build things up. You know what I'm saying? It takes time to build up a platform. If you're trying to do it organically, it takes time to build up that platform. You know what I mean? It takes time to build up these things. And a lot of these generations don't have the patience. You know what I'm saying? They don't have patience. They don't want to do what they need to do in order to succeed outside of a 9 to 5. You know what I mean? They won't go to a 9 to 5 temporarily to get their money up. Like, that's what I be talking about. You know what I'm saying? I don't want people to be stuck at no job, man. That's like the worst, man. You know what I'm saying? That's like the worst, to be stuck at a 9 to 5. I don't care if you got a career. That's like the worst feeling in the world. You got to get up. You know what I mean? Whether it's early in the morning or overnight, or you could be sleeping real good and you got to break your good sleep to go punch a clock, and then you got a boss who don't even know his job, trying to tell you what to do. And 9 times out of 10, most of your bosses are lazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't even be hired. You know what I mean? You're underpaid. You know what I'm saying? But that's the way they have the system. You know what I mean? But I believe there's a lot of young people that can do better, man. You know what I'm saying? They can do better. But on the flip side of that, there's a lot of the millennials that's getting it. You know what I'm saying? They get into it. Never seen a job, never seen a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? They got an OnlyFans page. They got a what's that other thing? What's that other page? I can't remember right now. But they got all types of social media platforms where they put their content on. You know what I mean? They doing their thing, man. They doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Kudos to the ones that are out there doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, not too long ago, I read an article that over 600,000 millennials are millionaires. You know what I'm saying? So they're doing their thing. I just want to see more. You know what I mean? Don't just say I won't work a job. Like, I'm not saying job is bad. Like, you still need capital, man. You know what I mean? You still need capital. If you got $0 in your pocket, I mean, if you got to go to a 9 to 5 and get a few dollars up, if you got to work it for 2-3 months just to get, you know what I mean, a little stack of bread up, to use for advertisement on whatever you're doing online or whatever, then do that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by they're lazy. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to do whatever it takes to be successful online. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them. But a lot of them are doing their thing, man. I believe that number 600,000 should be more. It should be more than that. You know what I'm saying? It should be 2 million, 3 million, easy. You know what I'm saying? Because they grew up in this computer, this laptop age, this internet age. They grew up in this. You know what I'm saying? This is not the generation before. This is not our thing. Like like I said, we're catching up. You know what I'm saying? This is not our thing. We're learning as we go. But this is what they were born into, the social media You know what I'm saying? The social media platforms, and the YouTubes and the Facebooks, and everybody knows the top platforms. You know what I'm saying? Every day a platform is popping up with some dope features. You know what I mean? Again, go check out Fanbase. Dope platform. But like I said, I agree with the brother to a certain point. I agree that these millenniums are out doing their thing online, but I want to see more. You know what I'm saying? I want to see more. I want to see more. That 600,000 should be way more than that. You know what I'm saying? Way more than that. It should be in the millions. You know what I'm saying? A couple million, 1 million, 2 million. It should be way more than 600,000, man. You know what I'm saying? I think that the internet, a lot of the youth uses the internet for the wrong things. A lot of the negativity, a lot of they use the internet just to be seen, just to get likes and views, instead of making income off their post, or what I'm saying. But like I said, man, this is a great time to be alive. This is a great time and a great opportunity for everybody. You know what I'm saying? The door is open for everybody. Like podcasting and these platforms that are popping up every day. Like, this is a beautiful time for you to jump in and start creating. You know what I mean? To start to use your mind, like the brother said. It's a beautiful time to create content that people can gravitate to and to relate to. You know what I mean? Because your story is a lot of people stories out there. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you went through, a lot of people went through, and you think that someone wouldn't want to listen to your story. Well, you definitely got it wrong in that aspect of someone listening to your content. I mean, your story's interesting. You know what I'm saying? There's people in other countries who want to know about America, who never been to America, who want to come visit America, and they want to hear from an American how America is. And it's America's not all bad. You know what I'm saying? But the way they perceive America to other countries and other nationalities outside of America is like it's like the Wizard of Oz. It's nothing but wealth for everybody, and it's unlimited everything for everybody, and that's not the case, man. They paint this picture of America as just being this beautiful, amazing place, and you know what I'm saying. But it can be beautiful, but there's some rough edges to America. There's some social issues with America that they don't advertise. And when people come here from other countries, they be like, whoa, this is not what I thought America was about. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff with America that people don't really understand outside of America, and vice versa. The way America paints other countries is messed up too, because you be thinking one thing about a country, for example Africa, and then you go visit Africa, which a lot of people have done. A lot of people have actually moved to Africa, and they realize that Africa is 10 times, but a lot of people love where they're living in Africa, and they realizing that it's 10 times, maybe 20 times better than America to them. You know what I'm saying? So, it's all in perspective, man. Know what I mean? It's all in perspective. But the millennium generation, man, they have a great opportunity, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to. A lot of stuff we had to deal with, they don't have to deal with. Far as like, depending on the job, man. That's like one of the things I used to hate. You know what I'm saying? I used to hate that one person had my livelihood in their hands. I used to hate that, man. You know what I'm saying? I used to hate that. And every day I went to work, I used to say to myself, like, man, there's got to be a better way to make money than to, punch a clock. You know what I mean? I thought about other, doing brick and mortar businesses, but you need so much capital to get those things started. You know what I'm saying? Especially if your credit is all jacked up, at which I used to have really great credit, 700 plus, but then went through some situations in my life, and my credit ended up being messed up. You know what I'm saying? Ended up filing bankruptcy one time, but um, you know, and I'm still kind of trying to recover from that. Actually, that happened years ago, but it's on the way back. My credit is like a 650 now. It started out in like the beginning of last year. It was around like five something. So I've been working on it, man. And also too, you can do things to clean up your credit report on your own as well. Like people are spending all this money with these companies that say that they can clean up their credit report, and you can do it on your own for way less. You know what I mean? If you're willing to go the distance and send letters back and forth, you know what I'm saying? It'll take about 3 to 4 months to, get everything straight, because the credit agencies, they don't have physical information that's on your credit report. Everything is digital. So when you request certain things, when you request to have things removed and ask for the actual physical documents, you know what I'm saying, with your wet signature on it, they don't have none of that. You know what I'm saying? So there's certain laws that you can send to them that protect you. And if they don't do what you request, you know what I'm saying, after a certain amount of times asking, then you can turn around and sue the credit agencies. Know what I mean? I think it's like $1,000 per violation. Know what I'm saying? So that's something that you guys should look into, about clean up your credit report. But actually, I'm working on my queens right now. She's almost done. She got one more round of letters. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't do what she asked, then it's sue time. It's time to get paid. And it's just like that. And then before you sue, you can actually file a complaint with the FTC. You know what I'm saying? And let them know, and then sue. Get you a lawyer. Lawyer would love to take that. That's an instant win. You know what I mean? They're not going to show up to court. So, that's an instant win. So you're going to be getting checks. Know what I'm saying? This is the type of stuff people don't know, man. Know what I mean? It's a lot of stuff, a lot of laws, know what I'm saying, to protect you that you guys don't even know about, man. Know what I'm saying? You guys don't even know about. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, the brother, he's pretty spot on, but I will kind of have to disagree to a certain extent on the level of laziness with the new generation. They are lazy to me. I'm not going to even I'm not going to fake the funk. Like, they are kind of lazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? They are. Yeah, I see it with my own two eyes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, grandkids, man, two of them, you know what I'm saying? They're coming up, they're teenagers, and all the time we suggest that they should be doing something online. They want a job. You know what I'm saying? And they don't apply themselves in school. Well, one is doing a little bit better in school. The other one is just, and I ask them sometimes what they want to do with their life, and they don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? They are a little bit lazy. Yeah, I'm not going to even, but that's how most of them are, man. That's how most of them are. But I do got some grandkids that's, doing their thing, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Doing really good in school, and you know what I'm saying? So yeah, learning is very important to me, man. And you gotta push your kids to learn, man. You know what I'm saying? Even if you weren't the best in school, you always want your children or the youth to do better than what you did as a kid. And I didn't do that well in school, but I don't want to see the youth messing around being dumb. You know what I mean? But the difference with me is when I was in school, you know what I'm saying? Even though I didn't rock with school like that, I always, tried to learn things on my own outside of school. And that's the difference. Like, the ones that's doing that too well in school, they don't even try to learn outside of school. You know what I mean? Anything else. And that's where I have an issue. Like, you're not applying yourself even outside of the school. If you weren't doing well in school and then you had interest in, let me just say this to make it simple, just your history. You know what I'm saying? Learning about your history. And then I'll be like, you know what? At least they're trying to learn their history. You know what I'm saying? To find out who they are. But they're not even doing that. They want to, smoke and do silly stuff. You know what I'm saying? Which most teenagers want to do. You know what I mean? Most teenagers want to do that, but that's not a go here. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be rewarded. You know what I'm saying, with things and stuff like that, and you goofing off in school. That's not happening. I'm not giving you anything. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it is. Well, one of them wants to go to take a trip when she graduates from high school. If she graduates, I think she will. And she wants us to pay for a trip. I'm saying I'm not paying for anything until she get them grades up to A's and B's. The grades got to hit A's and B's. I'm not paying for nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not paying for nothing. And I'm dead ass. Like, I'm not paying for nothing. And she know what it is. She know what she got to do. Or hey, at the end of the day, it's your life. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not going to keep telling you what you need to do. Keep talking to you. I'm only going to say it a couple of times, and that's it. I'm not going to keep talking to you. You know what I'm saying? You know what you need to do as a young adult. You're grown into a young adult. Nobody's going to keep babying you. You know what I mean? Because when you get out in that real world, the real world is not nice. You dig what I'm saying? That real world out there will destroy you if you let it. So pampering you and all that is not going to do anything but, you know what I'm saying, hinder you. You know, but that's all I had to say for that. I had that little clip on my mind, and I wanted to talk about it and give my 2 cents. And because everybody has a right to their opinion. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's gonna have the same opinions. A lot of people might disagree with me, and a lot of people might agree with me. You know what I mean? But in my opinion, a lot of this generation they're lazy. They're lazy. You know what I'm saying? They are lazy. In my eyes, it's lazy. You know what I'm saying? It's lazy. How can you not want to have a certain drive right now with all these opportunities? How can you not want to have a drive to win? And then I'm not just talking about financially. Just win in life. This is a beautiful time to be alive, man. You think it's a bad time to be alive because of, corporations collapsing, you know what I'm saying, banks collapsing. It's a beautiful time to be alive. Why? Because the matrix is coming down. You got the BRIC nations coming up, you know what I'm saying? Their currency is backed by gold. What are you talking about? Like, you bugging. It's a beautiful time to be alive right now. Know what I mean? Because the dollar is done. And other countries are going to come up and they're going to have real currency. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? This is meant to happen. Everything that's happening, you know what I'm saying, was supposed to happen. Nothing is not supposed to happen that's happening right now. But what you got to do as a youth and an elder is put yourself in position. So when everything crumble to the ground here in America, you're going to still be good. Word up, you're going to still be good because you put yourself in position, man. And that's what a lot of people are not doing. They're not putting themselves in position to, no matter what happens, you're going to win. And that's what you got to do, man. You got to put yourself in position to win at all times. You know what I'm saying? Remember I talked about vibration and words? I'm going to win regardless. I don't care what happens to this system. You dig? I don't care what happened with this system. I'm going to win. I don't care. Why do I care? If I'm putting out high vibrations and I'm speaking high vibration words like winning, I'm going to win. And I'm not just talking about financially. I'm talking about life. Life, period. Because finance is just a fraction of life. You know what I mean? You need finances to accumulate assets. That's just a fraction of your life. I'm talking about all spectrums of your life. You're going to win regardless. Whether it's mental, spiritual, physical, financial. You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to think every day. Every day when you wake up, I'm like, I'm going to win today. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do something to make me win today. Or I'm going to set myself up. I'm going to win today. And that's what you got to do, man. You got to be hungry for it. Even when you winning, you keep winning. You know what I'm saying? It's like you get $1 million. It's like you ain't got nothing. You still broke. You gotta live every day like you broke as hell. You dig? So that's how you gotta take life, man. That's how I take life. Know what I'm saying? If I make a few dollars, I'm still broke. What's next we're gonna get into? I'm trying to have multiple streams of income. You heard? Not just one or two. I'm trying to have 20, 30, 40, 50. But you gotta start somewhere, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference with the youth. You gotta start somewhere. I'm willing to, if I have to, go to a 9 to 5 for a short, get my money, and then I'm dipping out. I'm not staying. A 9 to 5 got enough of my time. Got half of my life. You heard? I'm not trying to live my other half of my life working for somebody, building an empire like my brother said in his show in the beginning of this podcast. I'm not trying to build somebody else's empire no more. I'm trying to build my own. Know what I'm saying? The first time I accumulate assets, you know what I'm saying? Early on in my life, I used my body. I told my queen this. But this time, first time we accumulated a house and all that, we used our body. But this time, we're going to use our mind. I said that months ago, before he said that. I said that months ago. And she just looked at me like, yep, you're right. Because nobody's smarter than Warren Buffett's not smarter than you and us. All these people who getting bread, Jay-Z, none of these cats, nothing special about them. The only thing special about them is their drive to win. That's the only difference. That separates the poor from the wealthy. Your drive and your knowledge on how to grow your bread, you heard? That's the difference. That's the difference from the poor to the rich. Your drive and how knowledgeable are you in finances? That's the difference. So I hope everybody take what I said, man, what I say in these podcasts, you know what I mean? And, go do it. Don't wait no more. Know what I'm saying? You don't have time to waste no more. Don't wait no more. This is the time to do it now. Whatever you want to do in life, you better do it now. The energy is here. Because this energy is only going to last so long on the planet. Know what I mean? Then it's going to close. It's going to be gone. So, I know it's a little bit off of the conversation, but, young people, stop messing around, wasting time, man. Again, stop wasting time on nonsense. Learn this internet stuff. Stop wasting time. You know what I'm saying? Stop entertaining yourself. Be the entertainer. Be the person entertaining other people with your content, man. You know what I'm saying? Put out good content that people want to listen to, and you know what I'm saying? And the possibilities are endless, man. Where it can take you. For real, man. For real. But you got to be willing to do whatever, as long as it's legal. Do whatever it takes to succeed in life, and that's where I think the young generation lack. That I'm gonna do whatever. Okay. If I gotta go to a 9 to 5 real quick, get my money up, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you're working with nothing, it's kind of difficult to get things started with nothing. Not unless you got really good credit, which a lot of young people don't. So it's hard to, leverage credit, because if you got a good credit score, you know what I'm saying? But you still need some kind of income coming in. If you want to leverage credit, you still need some kind of income coming in. Now, I mean, nobody's going to give you, you know what I'm saying, any type of loans or anything like that if you don't have a job, or, you know what I'm saying, where they can see revenue coming into you, something. Know what I mean? So, this is where I think my generation and new generation differ. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, there's some getting to the bag. You know what I'm saying? I don't just, I'm not disrespecting the youth. I love the youth, man. I know what I'm saying? I want them to succeed and win. You know what I mean? I got mad love for the youth, man. I used to be a youth, so I get where they coming from. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying, say anything disrespectful about the youth. You know what I mean? I want them to succeed and win. Because when they win, we all win. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing anything, I just want them to get up and realize that, the ball is in your hands now. You got so many opportunities out here. There's so many ways to do it. Like, There's so many ways. There's so many ways to do it now. Like you can get it from all angles. Like so many ways to get to it now. It's crazy. Like every day is a new way of getting bread, new stream of income being created. Like every day, word to mother, I swear. Like I'll be like, man, there's so many. Just pick one and mash out and crush it and crush it and take it seriously. Don't play with it. Take it seriously. Whatever you do, take it seriously. Don't play. Take it seriously. You know what I'm saying? But yo, while you take it seriously, have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know how to, navigate. You know what I'm saying? Have fun with it, but take it seriously. You know, it's a lot of people want to start a podcast. Prime example, my queen's friend started a podcast last year. She wanted to do a podcast. Know what I mean? She started out. I think she did one episode, and just recently I asked how she doing with her podcast. And my queen was like, I don't even think she doing it anymore. See what I'm saying? You give up that quickly. You know what I'm saying? You give up that quickly. So I guess you want to continue to work a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's sad. It's sad. I don't understand how most women don't succeed with this podcasting thing because women love to talk. Let's keep it real. Women love to talk. So I suggested to my queen's kids or daughters, they're in their 30s or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They like, it's not their thing. I'm like, how could it not be your thing? You love talking. Like me personally, I'm not really a talker like that. But I love sharing information. I love seeing good stories about our people doing their thing, like the young brother, 9 years old, who graduated from high school. I love sharing those type of stories and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because too many times we see too many stories of us wilding out and bugging out, like, know what I mean? So I always love sharing those type of stories, man. Like, know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing. So, but again, a lot of people waste too much time on this internet for entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Get your foundation, get your situation going, and then entertain yourself. But there's so much stuff you can learn on the internet. It's crazy. You don't even need college anymore, man. Go to college for what? If you want to do anything like that, I would take up a trade. You know what I mean? Something a robot, because you're going to need jobs a robot can't do. So you're going to need a trade. You're going to need how to put down carpet, like stuff like that. You know what I mean? A trade. You know what I'm saying? All these other little jobs, these fast food places and all these little inky-dink jobs that pay way below minimum wage and all that, these jobs are not going to be around. They're going to have robots working these jobs. Man, they got the AI stuff, and you can put it in different people's voices, and music is, the ghostwriter for music is over. It's over for him and her. There's no longer going to be ghostwriters anymore, all that stuff. AI is taking over that too, where, man, they had the AI with Jay-Z, and it was in Jay-Z voice. The guy did an AI rap. The AI made up a whole rap, and he rapped it in his voice and turned around and created it in Jay-Z voice. Sounds just like Jay-Z, man. Like the AI thing is going to take away a lot of jobs. So what you guys going to do? What are you going to do when a lot of these jobs are not going to be around no more? What you going to do? What you going to do? It's going to be like the Great Depression. If you don't figure it out right now, if you don't pivot right now and get on the move and learn this stuff. I've been at this stuff for ever since 2008, 9. I've been on and off continuously learning this internet stuff. In 2008, 9, and 10, it wasn't really popping like that. It was some opportunities, YouTube was coming of age, and you know what I'm saying? Facebook was coming of an age back then. Google was still kind of young. It wasn't really popping. Now it's popping, man. You guys are just wasting time. You know what I'm saying? Taking pictures all day. You know what I'm saying? There's websites where you can get paid for just taking pictures. You know what I'm saying? Guys BSing all day on the internet, man. Not doing nothing constructive at all. And it confuses the hell out of me, man, because like I said, man, I'm the elder now, know what I mean? And I just don't get it. I be sitting there like, Why are these young people wasting? I see the young kids wasting so much time on their phone and on their phone all day, just wasting time. Time just going by. They're wasting time on TikTok. Instead of getting on TikTok and building a fan base and branching off from that and doing something else, man, I just don't get it, man. But yo, that's my take in this podcast episode. Thank everybody for tuning in. Please share this podcast with everybody. But that's my take, baby. I am your voice's host, Super 9, and I just want to say peace and love to everybody. Take care. One.